The landscape of English football is currently facing a significant crisis, as highlighted by the head of the anti-discrimination organization, Kick It Out. Samuel Okafor has stated that the level of abuse within the sport has reached an alarming crisis point. This assertion follows recent incidents involving players like Manchester City's Khadija Bunny Shaw, who was subjected to both racist and misogynistic messages after a Women's Super League match against Arsenal. In response to the distressing treatment she endured, Shaw made the difficult decision to withdraw from her club's League Cup semi-final, prioritizing her mental health amidst what Manchester City described as disgusting treatment. Okafor expressed his outrage at the situation, noting that Shaw's experience is just one of many examples of the abuse that players face both online and at stadiums. He emphasized that reports of such incidents are received weekly by Kick It Out, underscoring the pervasive nature of this issue. The problem of abuse is not limited to Shaw's case. Newcastle United has called upon social media companies to take more responsibility after midfielder Joe Willock received appalling racist abuse on Instagram. This incident is part of a troubling trend, as Tamworth forward Chris Reh also experienced racial abuse online last month. Despite the grim reality, Okafor remains hopeful that new online safety regulations will provide a framework for addressing these issues. He believes that the upcoming year is pivotal for driving meaningful change in football regarding discrimination and the underrepresentation of marginalized groups. The Football Governance Bill, expected to be enacted in the coming months, will require clubs to demonstrate their efforts in achieving equality, diversity, and inclusion targets. Additionally, the Football Association has mandated that clubs publish workforce data for the first time this summer, which Okafor considers a significant step towards transparency in the sport. He remarked that if football can seize this moment, it has the potential to transform into a more welcoming and inclusive environment where individuals can truly feel they belong and thrive. The current season has seen Kick It Out report a record number of discrimination incidents, with levels of sexism, misogyny, and racism all on the rise. In total, the organization recorded 1.33 incidents across all levels of English football, marking a 32% increase. Racism continues to be the most reported form of discrimination, with a staggering 47% rise in abuse incidents. Okafor pointed out that while these individuals are footballers, they are also real human beings who should not have to endure such unacceptable treatment. Research conducted by Kick It Out revealed that 1 in 4 female fans still feel unsafe attending matches, with 52% reporting experiences of sexism within stadiums. This data indicates that there is still substantial cultural work to be done to foster a more inclusive atmosphere in the sport. The rise of online abuse has been particularly concerning, as individuals feel more emboldened to share toxic and discriminatory messages on social media platforms. However, the Online Safety Act, set to take effect later this year, aims to compel social media companies to actively remove illegal content. Okafor believes this legislation will empower regulators to hold these companies accountable and provide users with better tools to combat abuse. The recent decision by tech giant Meta to discontinue the use of independent fact-checkers on Facebook and Instagram has raised concerns among campaigners against online hate speech, with Okafor stating that this development makes their job more challenging. In 2020, the FA introduced a voluntary diversity code to combat racial inequality in English football. Unfortunately, only 53 clubs participated, and collectively they failed to meet any of the 8 recruitment targets set forth. Acknowledging that progress has been slower than anticipated, the FA has now made it obligatory for all professional clubs to provide comprehensive diversity workforce data by June. Okafor noted that while this may be uncomfortable for some, it is essential for football to catch up with other industries that regularly disclose such data. He expressed a keen interest in seeing whether clubs reflect their communities and emphasized the need for relevant action plans if they do not. Okafor highlighted the evident lack of Black coaches and South Asian representation within football, as well as the scarcity of diversity among match officials and boardrooms. He suggested that clubs should face penalties if they fail to publish the required data, reinforcing the importance of accountability and promoting long-term sustainability in football. Okafor concluded with optimism, expressing hope that all clubs would comply with the new regulations, and emphasizing that this initiative is not about shaming clubs, but rather about fostering a more equitable future for the sport.